Hey everybody, kicking off the 2023 Road to Realty online rowing competition. We're gonna start off with what we're calling Shut Up and Row. This is a total of 3,000 meters. Unlike the 3,000 miles, the team Shut Up and Row is currently rowing across the Atlantic Ocean. Now, for our workout, we're gonna be breaking this down into two scoring opportunities. Starting off, we're gonna go into an interval base, and then we're gonna finish off with the back end in a long, unbroken set. Now, we're gonna break this down into 7 different intervals. So when we set this up on the monitors, it's gonna be set up as a interval variable. Now, the first 6 intervals are gonna consist of a 250 meter row, followed with a 45-second rest. After that 6th interval of the 45-second rest, we will then go right into a 1,500 meter row. Now, the way this is gonna be scored is we're gonna break this down into 2 scores. The first score is going to be your fastest of the 6 sprint intervals. Now, once you finish that, your overall score, your total score, will be the total time, including the rest periods. So it's important to remember, when we are looking at the monitor, we want to make sure that we're tracking the proper scoring opportunities, which we will show later in this video. Okay, so now we are ready to input our workout. We need to open up the main screen, and we're going to select workout. We're going to go down to select new workout, and then we need the intervals variable. Once we click that, it's going to give us the option of a time and a distance. We have set distances for this whole thing, so we're going to continue with the distance. From here, let's adjust this down to a 250 meter row, which is going to be for our first 6 intervals. From here, we need to scroll over and get down to our rest period and adjust this to a 45-second rest. Once we have that set at 45 seconds, we're gonna check for that interval. Next, it's gonna ask us for the second interval. We wanna continue on with the distance, and then again, it's gonna come up with the same setup we had in the last interval, which is convenient because then all we have to do is continue to check through until we reach our 6th interval. Once we hit that 6th interval, make sure we select the distance, we hit it one more time, and on our 7th interval, we will follow through the same process, but we need to adjust the distance. So this is going to be a 1,500 meter row. So as we set this to 1,500, the last thing we need to do before we get ready to start is eliminate that 45-second rest. If we have that 45-second rest still there, that will count towards your total time. So remember, 1,500 meters is the last distance that we have in this workout. So once you finish it, it's done and over with. Now, once we have our monitor set up, we're gonna click this button one more time. Once you see that 8th interval, just know there are no more intervals to input. So all we have to do here is get ready to hit go, and then as soon as you start your first pull, the monitor will start to count your time. Now that we're done with the workout and we've completed it, we're gonna now have to set up and submit the proper score. So let's take a look at the monitor and make sure that we're collecting the right numbers. That way we can log the correct numbers and make sure we got a good picture of the full screen. Check it out. All right, now that the workout is completed, we have to find our score. We're gonna do that is we're gonna go down to more options. Hit memory, and once we get to that memory portion, we're gonna select the most recent workout that is completed. Now here, it's important that we are collecting the proper data. Now our total time is this number up here. This is gonna include our 6 intervals with that 45-second rest. Don't get confused with this. We wanna make sure that we have that 45-second rest in our total time. Now, from here, we're gonna go ahead, that's our score B. Now to find our score A, we're gonna look at each one of these intervals. So this is a 250 meter row, took 53.6 seconds, 47 seconds, and then continuing on, 53.2, 51.6. To scroll down by pressing this, it's gonna allow me to go line by line. Now once I get down here, I can see that this 46.5, this number right here is my fastest interval. So that is gonna be my score for part A. Now, when we are taking a picture of our screen, it's important that we have the monitor set up that shows your fastest interval and your total time. Once you take a screenshot of that, then you're ready to upload it to the website and submit your final score. So now that 23.1 is complete, there's one little thing I wanted to add in there just in case you made it to the end of the video. When you are completing this workout, just know each one of those intervals are a sprint. Now, because it is a built-in rest, during that rest period, if you would like to start with a rolling start, meaning get a nice easy couple rolls just to get that fan spinning, so that way as soon as that interval kicks over, you can hit the ground running. So, something to consider and keep in mind. Otherwise, hope you have a good one.